Here's Phil Hendry, 1-800-449-8686.
Ted's of Beverly Hills Steakhouse. Come on down.
Hi, everybody. This is Ted from Ted's of Beverly Hills announcing our 30th anniversary tonight, a big 30th anniversary party for the opening of Ted's of Beverly Hills, opened by my father, Dick Bell, in 1970. Oh, is that it?
We want to put our meat in your mouth.
And Ted Bell joins us from Ted's of Beverly Hills, where you are having your 30th anniversary party tonight. Is that right, Ted?
That is absolutely right, Phil. We're getting set to open the doors for dinner here in about 20 minutes, and I would like to say to you and to your audience, we'd like everybody down at Ted's of Beverly Hills tonight. It's going to be a great Friday night in Beverly Hills. Our 30th anniversary since my father, Dick Bell, opened the doors to a restaurant he named after a little 11-year-old boy by the name of Ted. And since then, we have served probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 million steaks to thousands of people across America, and I think people come to our restaurant. We're very, very grateful for that.
Ted, we're on the air tonight to talk about President Bush's campaign to raise money for the children of Afghanistan by asking the children of America.
That's right. That's right. And tonight, was that today we were going to do that?
Today, yes. On the show right now, we want to talk about how I am sponsoring a group of kids from the William Kiesling home in Conejo Valley. They're going to be raising money for the children of Afghanistan.
Well, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, Phil, and this was an idea that I had. At 10 o'clock tonight, in our cocktail lounge and throughout the entire restaurant, we're going to raise a glass at 10 o'clock to the Afghanistan.
Well, the children is who we're...
To the children of Afghanistan, we're going to raise a glass and toast the children of Afghanistan tonight at 10 o'clock at Ted's of Beverly Hills.
Let's talk a little bit, Ted, about the program that the president has suggested, and that is that the children of America raise money. Now, I am sponsoring a group of kids from the William Kiesling home, as you know, and they are children who suffer from a variety of diseases, juvenile diabetes to cancer. They're going to be collecting tonight at your restaurant.
That is absolutely right. And you know what, Phil? We had a better idea. I know that these kids are coming. When are they coming in?
Supposedly someone from your restaurant is going to go pick them up.
All right, okay, great.
And they're going to be there tonight probably around 7 o'clock.
Well, we had a great idea. What if the kids collect down the street in front of the bank, which is just about a block and a half from Ted's of Beverly Hills, and if they did that, the bank is closed, so there wouldn't be as much, that people would not be jostling them, because I know these kids, you say that they've got cancer, or I know a lot of them are sick, isn't that right?
Yeah, they come from the William Kiesling home in Conejo Valley.
That's the one where the kids with the diabetes, right?
That is the one, yeah.
All right, well, my idea was to have them down in an area where they wouldn't get jostled and pushed about so much, Phil. So what we're going to do when those kids show up, and you say that they're taking a bus or what, I didn't get the information.
You know, I'm a little bit concerned. Someone from your restaurant is supposed to go pick them up. They're not taking a bus. I don't want those children taking a bus. They're all only about 10 and 11 years of age, coming all the way in from the Conejo Valley. I don't want them to do that, okay?
No, that's all right. So that's about 7 o'clock, right?
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
All right, so what we thought is we'd have them down the street.
Well, no, when I spoke with you and I spoke with Jamie, right? Is that who?
Yeah, that's our office manager.
She said the kids could be in the foyer there, right near the Mater D stand, collecting money.
No, I think being down the street's better, Phil. I think it's better for the adults. I think it's better for the kids.
How can it be better for all I'm at? Like, I don't want to argue. I mean, I appreciate you helping us, but it doesn't help us if the kids aren't in the restaurant collecting money for the children of Afghanistan.
Right. Here's the problem I'm having, Phil. You are asking me to have bald children who have chemo, right?
That's correct.
All right. You know very well that right now the country is very nervous about a lot of things, and having these kids with chemotherapy, I don't want to create another scare of any kind. So what I'm asking is...
What kind of a scare?
I think I'm being responsible. Having the kids down the street, they can't infect anybody. And
you can't infect anyone with cancer.
Well, I understand that, but when you walk in, let me tell you something. I need to explain this, Phil. Many of my customers, and I'm not proud of this, but many of my customers are alcoholics. Now, you got a guy walking through the door at 7 o'clock at night on the first wave of the DTs, and the first thing his eyes see is a bald kid with a pewter plate full of coins. You're going to send that guy into detox, and I am legally liable for that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, if I understand you, you're saying that a child who is bald from chemo could send some guy who's an alcoholic into the throes of DTs?
Yes, and I'm legally liable. I can go to jail. So why you're forcing the children to the front door of the restaurant here?
Let me give our phone number here, Ted. This is not the way I thought it was going to work out, if you understand.
No, I'm all for getting money for the kids in Afghanistan.
No, but we were going to do it in your restaurant. Hold on. 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. I'm told you need to get away from the crowd there. It's a little loud.
Is this better?
Yes. 1-800-449-8686. We're talking to Ted Bell from Ted's of Beverly Hills, who, what are you telling me? Am I going to have the children there collecting money at your restaurant tonight or not?
Yes, you are, Phil. I'm a little insulted that you keep hammering that point.
Are you going to let them in the restaurant?
I can't, because of what's going on in the country. I can't. If you got kids who have diabetes or they have cancer, people are afraid that they're going to get infected. I realize it's crazy, Phil. Hey, listen.
Ted, you can't get infected from cancer, okay?
I didn't make this world. It's not me. It's not me. I understand. It's not me. I have to think about my customers.
You got to think about your stupid customers?
Look, I know these little kids are sick, and they still want to help the little Afghan kids, but a bunch of bald... Phil, are you ready for the truth?
What?
A bunch of bald, drooling, pale-skinned kids is bad for business. Okay, there, I said it.
Well, then get off of that kick about how a bald kid with a pewter plate full of coins is going to send some guy into detox. And I tell you something right now, it's not the greatest advertising for your business.
Phil, lower your voice.
It's not the greatest advertising for your business.
That's better. I don't like to be yelled at.
I'm sorry, but you promised me that these children could collect money in your restaurant tonight, and now you're telling me they got to go down the street in front of a bank. I don't even know if these kids are going to be picked up by you or not. Because of what? Because the people are afraid that...
You've got people who are afraid of getting bioterrorism.
From a kid with cancer who's on chemo?
Phil, some of the people that eat in my restaurant are pretty stupid. A lot of them in the entertainment business. A lot of them...
Well, that's got nothing to do with it. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do here. 1-800...
Look, I got our 30th anniversary is tonight. We got John Beard is going to stop in for a Ted. Bridget Fonda, who's a big fan of our 20-ounce Santa Maria Theodora Tri-Tip, which was named after my daughter Carol. She's coming in.
Why can't I don't care about John Beard and the rest of them. Why can't the kids come in and collect money in the outer lobby?
I'm Ted Bell, Phil. I'm Ted. I can't have it. All right, I'm Ted Bell. You know what? We're going to raise a glass to the kids.
All right. Turn him off for a minute. Now I'm really... He said that those kids could go into that restaurant tonight and collect money. They're raising money for the kids in Afghanistan. President Bush has asked the children of America, and he doesn't want kids who are on chemotherapy because people are afraid they'll get infected. Why don't you explain to them they can't get cancer? Did you talk to him, Mike? Are those kids going to be picked up? Ted?
I'm right here.
You can't get cancer from somebody. It's not an airborne virus.
I know that, but I've got a lot of idiots that eat in my restaurant.
So the guys that come into your restaurant to eat your steak think it's contagious.
Well, look, we're going to raise a glass. Those jars you see in a convenience store with Dean Martin's picture on it, I'm going to match what's in the jar. And we're going to send over Tri-Tip for the Northern Alliance once they take Kabul. But if I put one of my customers in a straitjacket because he comes wheeling out of the men's room smack into an ET, I can go to jail. And that's it.
What do you mean ET?
I think you know what I mean.
Are you saying these kids look like ET?
I sent a guy into detox because he's looking at some dwarf with no hair.
Okay. 1-800-449-8686. So what's he going to do? Put him down the street in front of the bank? I'll go down there myself. I'll stand there with those kids. 1-800-449-8686. This is the Phil Hendry Show. Live from Ted's of Beverly Hills, Ted Bell has joined me on the Phil Hendry Show. It's the 30th anniversary of Ted's restaurant, but it also happens to be a night when some kids were going to go down there and collect money for the children of Afghanistan. President Bush has asked the children of America to collect money for the children of Afghanistan. You think that's a good cause, right?
Yes, Bill. Are you speaking to me?
I'm speaking to you, yeah.
Of course I do. I think it's a tremendous cause, and I think it is a cause worthy of every child in America. You are asking me to have kids into the lobby of my restaurant tonight who have undergone chemotherapy. As a result, they've lost their hair. Now I've got 5 or 6 kids with no hair standing around in the lobby of a restaurant, which is an upscale restaurant, which has, and I'm sorry, yes, I've got a lot of alcoholics that
I think it's ridiculous to think that an alcoholic is going to go into DTs just by looking at a kid with a bald head. That means that an alcoholic goes into DTs because he hasn't got anything to drink.
The alcoholic shouldn't drink. He sees a kid with a bald head, he may start. And that's what I'm trying. This is the point I'm trying to make to you. You don't understand the restaurant business.
You don't understand the charity business, and you don't understand what the president's been saying when he says he wants to raise money for these kids. Melissa, go ahead. You're on the Phil Hendry Show.
Hi, Phil. I love your show.
Thank you.
I would just like to say to this guy, these people are not idiots that are eating in his restaurants. These are the same people who put on the benefit dinners, who...
Well, I think I know these people a little bit more than you do.
Right. Well, they do the fundraisers. They stand up on stage.
Yeah.
They do the telethons. They do
right,
everything.
But they don't want it in the where they're eating their food.
Well, you know what, though?
Yeah. You know what?
I think they're a lot more understanding than you are.
Well, Melissa...
By the way, are you balding?
I beg your pardon?
Are you balding?
That's none of your business.
Well, because
Why?
them eating in the restaurant and looking like E.T., as you say, is the same thing as you being in the restaurant bald while they're eating.
Look, I got Bridget Fonda coming in and biting into one of my tri-tips, and she's going to look at that.
Yeah, that's wonderful that you have Bridget Fonda coming in.
That's right.
But you know what? She's a lot more well-known than you, and what you think means nothing.
Do you know Bridget Fonda? No, you don't. So how do you know what she likes to eat?
I can tell you that I am sure Bridget Fonda doesn't mind eating a steak or a tri-tip or whatever the hell it is, looking at a bald kid collecting money for the Afghan kids.
Well, maybe she does, maybe she doesn't, but I can't run the risk of having her throwing her fork down and dashing out of my restaurant because some kid waddles up to her with no hair. What are you talking? What is wrong with you?
What does it matter if the children have hair or not?
Exactly. What does it matter?
They do it raising money for a charity.
I forget Bridget Fonda. What about the alcoholics I was talking about? What about the alcoholics I was talking?
What about them?
You want to put them into detox?
Oh man, you and that drinking. You know what? If I were you, I wouldn't be serving any juicers in your establishment. Here is Linda on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So in other words, I'm not supposed to serve drinks.
Phil.
Not to alkies, no.
Hello. I'm really not understanding you at all. In fact, I think you're judging other people by yourself. I don't think all these great Hollywood personalities that you're talking about are quite as ignorant as you are.
Well, you sound like the last caller. Do you have anything original to say?
I
didn't think so. But I'm in the restaurant business, okay?
Repeated.
I'm in the restaurant business.
I know you're in the restaurant business.
You're in the restaurant
but
business.
All that you're about, that's greed.
No.
And I'm sure that the people
Okay,
that
well,
you
let me ask
serve,
you a question, Linda. How much money have you given to sick kids in Afghanistan? None? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Let her talk.
That's not the point.
You haven't given a nickel.
Not the
I've got
point.
these bald kids a block from my restaurant.
I work with cancer patients day in and day out.
Do you give money to Afghani kids?
I give my time, my energy, and my heart.
Where are the kids from that you work with?
Every day.
Where are the kids
every
from?
Walk of life.
Where are the kids from?
They even sometimes have
all
parents
right,
that
nobody's
are
listening to
restaurant
anybody.
owners.
All right, the kids from America that you work with?
They're kids from all walks
Are
of
they
life.
from Afghanistan or America?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does, because President Bush said...
Well, what are you doing? You got the bald kids down the street taking money in front of a bank because you don't want them to, quote, get jostled by all the adults. That's bullcrap. You don't want bald kids in your lobby.
Did you tell me they were on chemo?
Did I tell you what?
Did you tell me they were on chemo?
Yeah, I told you they were sick kids. I said they had juvenile diabetes and
chemo?
cancer.
Okay, but you didn't tell me they were bald.
No, I didn't tell you they were bald.
So, you lied to me. and I'm going to have them.
I didn't lie to you. I told you the kids were going to come into the restaurant. They were going to collect money. I said they had diabetes, they had cancer, and they were going to collect the money for the kids in Afghanistan.
And you said nothing about them looking like E.T.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Ted. Hi, it's Phil Hendry, man. Hey, can I send some kids into your restaurant that look like E.T. tonight so they can collect money for the kids?
Well, at least it would have been truth in advertising, but instead you spring it on me on your radio show. If I had the information they look like that Bat Baby Boy from the tabloid, I wouldn't have agreed to this.
The Bat Baby Boy from the tabloid now, is it? So that's what they look like, huh?
Yeah, with the pointed ears and the whole thing.
Well, they don't have pointed ears.
Are you prepared on your show to say that chemo doesn't give you pointed ears?
Yeah, I'm prepared to say that. And for you to even ask that question, boy, stick with the restaurant business, man, because you would be lost if you didn't have that gig.
Gig? Oh, now it's a gig. Like it's a radio gig or something, huh?
If you didn't have that restaurant gig...
Let me tell you something. I built this restaurant. My father ran it into the ground and left me with a Chapter 11.
So that's it, huh?
Yes, that's it.
And here I thought that you were celebrating your father opening it in 1971.
He was an alkie like half these guys I served.
Unbelievable. John, you're on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello.
Hi, me?
Yeah.
Hi.
Look, I'm not the one who went from town to town up and down the dial like you.
Thank you. I got it.
Okay, Ted, it's horrible what you're doing here. All right, these kids, they are trying to do something really good, and your concern
Quit
is
fooling
your
around.
bottom line is
Yeah,
your
here we
dollars. Your concern is your dollars and nothing else.
Okay, yeah. Well, look, when you guys all start giving money to the Afghani kids, then you call in and tell me how I'm doing something wrong. I bet you half of you guys don't even know that there are kids in Afghanistan.
My son has written for the Crayon Coalition. I don't know if you've even heard of that.
The what?
The Crayon Coalition, yes.
The Crayon Coalition?
That's the thing that
that?
President Bush is asking the kids to do.
No, this is something separate on the Glenn Beck show.
You didn't know, did you, Phil? The Crayon Coalition is something on the Glenn Beck Who?
The Glenn Beck show. It's
the Glenn Beck show. It's another show. It's in Tampa.
Oh, all right. It's
okay.
Tampa.
And it's a national thing
wait
that
a
is
second.
spreading around.
Where are the LA people?
What would happen if a person that was an albino that didn't have any hair walked in your restaurant?
John.
Would you turn him away?
If a what?
If an albino with no hair walked in your restaurant, would you turn him away because you have other customers? Because that's about what you're saying.
I got a booth for him. I have a booth for people
like that. Oh, you'd hide him in the corner.
I have a booth for people like that, yes.
A booth for people like that.
That's pretty sad. And I will never, ever...
Wait. You asked me a question. You said, will I turn him away? I said, no, I have a specialized booth for individuals that others don't want to see while they're eating.
So you don't believe in equality.
Did you ever see the
judge people on how they look.
Did you ever see the Elephant Man?
Yes.
I swore up and down I would never refuse service to the Elephant Man if he ever came in.
But you'll hide him in the corner.
I constructed a booth,
just as bad.
Especially high sides to it because his head, I don't know if you ever saw it, but the head is so big he couldn't be in a regular booth. And anyway...
Will you forget it?
All right.
The more you talk, the more like a jackass.
What if the Elephant Man did come in and say, you know what, I'd like to see what's going on tonight. I'd like to be in a spot where I could see everything. You would say no because of how you look.
I know. I'd say, okay, just wait till the place empties out. By the way, Johnny Winter hasn't come in for over 10 years.
It's
whatever,
sad. It really
okay.
is sad.
All right, thanks for your call.
All
right. 1-800-449-8686. What is this?
I get 2 commercials every half hour.
Ted's of Beverly Hills Steakhouse, come on down.
Whether you're the Elephant Man or a kid with chemo, come on down to Ted's of Beverly Hills. Tonight's our 30th anniversary, and if you're horrible to look at, we have a special booth constructed for you. Ted's of Beverly Hills.
Here at Ted's, we want to put our meat in your mouth.
Hello?
Yeah, uh-huh.
I was owed that commercial.
Yeah, I know. You paid your airtime.
So, Phil, bring the chemo kids down. Tell you what, if you can bring them down in a high-sided flatbed truck, that way they can...
Yeah, okay, all right, Ted. Well, I won't be bringing them down at all. 1-800-449-8686. Will you turn that off? Phil Hendry Show.